he's,
Again, I don't.
I think
people that go aren't pro-Nazi or anti-Jew.
I just think
they're like, we don't give a fuck about any of that stuff.
I think what
We
they
like
say
his
is
music.
this: they go, he's a little crazy, right? Like he's crazy. He has these moments. He has these like episodes, and he'll just say some crazy shit and then be like, I didn't mean it. And you're dealing with he's a little bit nuts. He's a genius, and geniuses sometimes can be a little nuts.
So here's what's crazy. Ye snagged more than 18 million in ticket sales during his first Friday concert alone, making it one of the highest grossing single shows in the history of live music.
Yeah, well.
And everyone that went to the show said it's like one of the best concerts they've ever seen.
Yeah.
So now it's like, did the other venues are just like, all right.
Well, what happens with a lot of venues is they start to go, damn, there's a lot of money to be made on that. It's like.
You're going to get some pushback a little bit, but.
Well, you'll get pushback because the pushback is much, the pushback is layered, right? So let me give you an example. I know a company that they reached out to a company and they wanted to work with this company. And the company was like, damn, let me think about it. And then the company got a call and said, and the call was something to the effect of.
Is it regarding Kanye West?
Yeah. And the company said the call said this: hey, company, if you work with Kanye West, just know this: you won't get a loan. You won't get a loan. You won't find a bank that'll give you a loan. And that is real when you're a company because you need access to capital. So there are a lot of those things that go on behind the scenes. Now, how long will that be? How long will that last when you make that much money, when you're that popular? There are a lot of people also that go, hold on, guys, there's a lot of money to be made here for this partnership. And it all comes down to, is the juice worth the squeeze? Especially when he says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, and all that. They go, oh, he had an episode. He had a, if you're that talented, people will make a lot of excuses for you, right? A lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird to kind of silence him. It's like, well, let's leave it up to the public. Oh, he sold how many tickets in 2 shows? Okay, that's what they want to do.
Well, it's not weird to silence him in the sense that when you do something as offensive as sell swastikas, when you do something and you write a song that says Heil Hitler.
That was wild.
Anyone who understands history goes, wow, you're an asshole. I found it very offensive personally. I was like, you're an asshole. And then he says, well, it was my bipolar medication that a Jewish doctor prescribed to me. So your bipolar medication makes you a Nazi. Okay, fine. Now, what I'll do here is this. I'll say, Kanye is a little crazy. He's literally is bipolar. And sometimes bipolar people do things that are downright self-destructive and actually crazy, which will make them look like an asshole. I can afford him that grace. I still think when you do stuff like that, there are a lot of people who, especially Jewish people, who recognize those things and think of that as a major threat to their existence.
Yeah,
and they're going to mobilize what they can. They're going to go, you want to do that? Watch this.
Yeah, take away all his venues and stuff. And
when Mickey
accounts
Rourke
and
got
stuff.
I believe I saw this.
Yeah, but also remember Kanye too. Like my thing with all this, like, Louis C.K. is back on Netflix.
Is he?
He's part of the Netflix. He has a show at the Hollywood Bowl.
Great.
Louis
Is he
C.K.'s
really?
back, yeah.
I love that.
Louis
Really?
C.K. back. With Kanye, it's like, granted, it hasn't been that much time passed, but the repercussions, he lost billions of dollars.
100%.
So,
the whole Yeezy thing, all
he
that
lost
stuff,
Adidas, he lost all of it. So he lost billions of dollars. So did he do his time? For Louis C.K., did he do his time? Like, so do we just vote them off the island?
Do you know what they came to Mel Gibson and said? Do you know what happened to Mel Gibson? I'll tell you a story.
Look,
Wow,
Louis
good
C.K.
for
back.
him. Good for him. I love that.
it's just a little bit of bad timing because Kanye is back and Louis C.K. So then the people who wanted the cancel culture are really upset. Yeah, but Louis C.K. was like part of the madness where it's like, I don't condone what he did, but he wasn't, you can't lump him in with Harvey, Weinstein.
No, because
Because you're talking about rape and like horrible shit. He got lumped into all that shit.
Everybody did.
which was terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a mud mudslide.
Weinstein was actually went to jail.
Really bad person. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you can get accused of somebody can accuse you and say you did something 23 years ago. And
I know. But what I'm saying is
Yeah, but now,
Weinstein
look,
went to jail.
Louis C.K. could have packed it up, shut down, kept talking about it, being negative, shitty on podcasts, shitty in stand up, or he went, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. Just kept putting out dope kept with it,
Yeah.
kept with it. Now he's on Netflix.
he's undeniable, and I'm so glad he is. I think he's great, and I think he paid his price too. So.
Brendan Schaub called out Bryan Callen. Now they're arguing about this. So Brendan Schaub's whole thing is that Bryan Callen lost the light, and because of the accusations, that he's just been completely negative, and it's ruining the podcast. When the reality of the situation, in my opinion, is that Schaub destroyed the podcast because he's so thin-skinned and destroyed the audience with his lawsuits and his crap. But there is technically still a problem here with Callen, who is blaming the fact of the allegations, and he is putting no effort into doing the podcast, which is why Schaub is taking the Schaub show and moving that to Patreon and separating himself from Callen. So all the fan questions and stuff, all the extra stuff, the truck tours and all that, is now just going to be on Schaub's own Patreon, not on the one he does with Bryan Callen. So, they're doing the show as a formality at this point. It is over. It's just officially they got to make that happen, which isn't going to take too much longer. Schaub is now going to stop promoting the Fighter and the Kid Patreon since he launched his own. So that's going to be awkward at the end of every episode. Schaub, plugging just his own Patreon, and Callen just plugging his stand-up gigs. But, the argument continues. Neither of them, though, will just be honest with each other. Especially Callen. Callen, dude, I know you need the $25,000 a month, but, dude, just leave. You don't want to be there. It's obvious, and Schaub can tell. And Schaub trying to pin it on the accusations things where it's an all-encompassing thing. But these two are just going to keep arguing about it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.